Haile Selassie was the Emperor of Ethiopia from 1930 until his overthrow in 1974. He was born on July 23, 1892, in Ethiopia and died on August 27, 1975. Selassie is known for his efforts to modernize Ethiopia and his role in promoting Pan-Africanism. He was also a prominent figure in the League of Nations and the United Nations. Selassie's reign came to an end during the Ethiopian Revolution, and he was eventually overthrown by a military coup. Despite his eventual overthrow, Haile Selassie's reign as Emperor of Ethiopia left a lasting impact on the country and the world. Throughout his rule, Selassie worked tirelessly to modernize Ethiopia and bring it into the global stage. He introduced various reforms, such as establishing a constitution in 1931 and implementing a system of modern education. Under his leadership, Ethiopia experienced significant economic growth and social progress. Selassie's commitment to Pan-Africanism was also a defining aspect of his reign. He actively promoted unity among African nations, advocating for decolonization and independence. His efforts to strengthen African solidarity led to Ethiopia becoming a founding member of the Organization of African Unity, OAU, which later evolved into the African Union. Selassie's speeches and actions inspired many African leaders and played a crucial role in the decolonization movements across the continent. On the international stage, Selassie was a prominent figure in the League of Nations and later the United Nations. He used these platforms to highlight the injustices of colonialism and seek support for African nations struggling for independence. One of his most famous speeches was delivered in 1963 at the UN General Assembly, where he passionately spoke against racial discrimination, stating, "Until the philosophy which holds one race superior and another inferior is finally and permanently discredited and abandoned, everywhere is war." However, as the 1970s approached, Ethiopia faced growing internal unrest and political dissent. The Ethiopian Revolution, marked by widespread protests, strikes, and military mutinies, eventually led to Selassie's downfall. In 1974, a military coup led by the Derg overthrew the emperor and placed him under house arrest. Sadly, Selassie's final years were marred by mistreatment and neglect, and he died in 1975 under mysterious circumstances. Despite his controversial end, Haile Selassie's legacy as a visionary leader and advocate for African unity and independence remains significant. His contributions to Ethiopia's modernization and his pursuit of Pan-African ideals continue to inspire generations. Selassie's commitment to justice and equality, both nationally and internationally, cemented his place as a respected and influential figure in history.